Today we are going to dive into a very critical topic that affects all of us, which is bad money habits. Over the last 30 years of my professional experience, I have learned a lot about myself and spending habits of people in general. One thing I have learned that there are common spending habits that can lead us into financial hardships while keeping us locked in the poorhouse. Our spending habits not only impact how we run our household, but how we operate our businesses too. Now, most of us remember the Great Recession of 2008 through year 2012. During this time, countless businesses crumbled under the weight of persistent financial missteps. I saw many families and businesses lose it all. But here's the good news. By identifying and rectifying these bad habits, we can pave a path to a more secure financial future. Now let us dive into 7 most common bad habits that keep you poor. Before we move forward, please do consider subscribing to this channel if the subjects of business, finance and economy are of interest to you. Bad habit number 1 is living beyond your means. This means spending more money than you earn, whether it is through credit card loans or debts, or simply not budgeting your finances. This habit can quickly spiral out of control and consistently keep you in a cycle of financial stress. Using credit card to cover your monthly expenses when your actual income does not support your lifestyle is a sure shot recipe of disaster. Speaking of budgeting, the bad habit number 2 is not having a budget at all. How do you know what you can afford to buy without knowing where your money is going? With budget, it is much easier to track as to where your money is coming from and where is it going. For instance, a common mistake that I see all the time is overspending on non-essentials. And by overspending, it can quickly drain your resources and hinder your ability to invest in and save for your future. I see this a lot with young couples who move into their new apartments. In their excitement, they make a mistake of purchasing everything on credit. As they start their new lives together, they don't even realize that they are setting up themselves for a financial stress, which happens to be a leading cause of divorce and separation. Bad habit number 3 is a sneaky one that most overlook. It is not paying yourself first or neglecting savings. We pay our mortgage, our cars, our cell phones and everything else without fail. But most of us constantly forget to pay the most important person around us. That is your own self. Saving money for future is of utmost importance. Yet many neglect it. Whether it is because we think that we need to earn more before we start saving money, or we prioritize spending on the immediate wants. By not saving, this leaves you unprepared for emergencies, future goals or investments. I always suggest that you put away 10% of your pay each paycheck, and before you know it, you will not even know that it is missing. So if you spend within your means, you will not even know it's missing, because living within your means, you will spend accordingly. Funny how that works. Do let me know in the comments as to what percentage of your monthly income you save as a rule. Well, if you save at all. Put your hand up if you ever get bored. Well, I know my hand is up. I certainly get bored at times. As it turns out, boredom's best friend is our problem number 4, which is bad habit of impulse buying. So how does making compulsive purchases sabotage our financial future? Here's an example. See if you can relate. It's the weekend and not much is going on. We decide to head to a mall. Or if the weather is not great, we conveniently jump onto a computer or mobile phone to innocently pass our time. As the sale item catch our eye, whether in the mall or our mobile phones, we also come across a discount which is too great to just pass on. And then it happens. FOMO kicks in, fear of missing out. We don't even need the sale item, but we cannot afford to pass it up as the discount looks great. And this is what we tell to ourselves. How dare can you miss this opportunity of having such a wonderful discount? So in the shopping basket, it goes. Next, we move on to an electronic store. It is so lovely and exciting. We walk in and gaze at all the wonderful electronic equipment. The latest phone models look really nice, and they can completely derail your financial plans. My advice to avoid impulse purchases is to stay away from stores. Unless you know what you are looking for, shop with a shopping list. Focus on getting your needs and not wants. And when it comes to online shopping, be sure that you unsubscribe from the retailer's emailer. If you think you are an impulsive buyer, delete all the shopping apps from your phone and block shopping websites from your browser to win the fight against your bad habit of impulse buying. Living in the moment is a beautiful thing, as long as you remember that your finances cannot just live in the moment too. In fact, the financial decisions that you make today will stick with you for life. And with that said, it brings us to a bad financial habit number 5, which is failing to invest in our future. In my experience, I have come across many couples who've been making good money, but waste all by constantly dining out, going on lavish holidays, and buying luxurious items which they do not use or need at all. Maybe buying cars, gambling, or insisting that they have latest of everything that they want to own. Living in the moment, they say. As the years go by and they reach 50s, they are setting themselves up for a rude awakening. they will need to work much longer in their lives, possibly for their entire life, in order to just barely make their ends meet. Failing to invest or plan for your financial future is a big mistake that many commit, whether it is for retirement, education, or any other significant life events. When we don't put money into long-term investments, we miss out on the potential financial growth, peace of mind, and security. So before you blow it all, it is better that you think twice before spending. I hope you would have subscribed to the channel by now. If not, please do consider. If you cannot pay your credit card bill in full at the end of the month, you are ignoring debt, and this is a sure short way to stay stuck in fiscal mess. Now, why do I say that? The high interest rates on this convenient instrument keep you locked into monthly payments that pay very little to the principal. Increasing debt on credit cards not only negates any discount that you might get on your purchases, but the interest rates can make you pay double or maybe triple for the same discounted item. Debt, particularly credit card debt, will eat away at your income and will make it very difficult for you, if not impossible, to achieve your financial freedom. Whatever you do not take credit card debt lightly. Start making extra payments on your high interest credit cards first. Then you can work on paying off your car loans or student debts. Last but not the least is the bad financial habit number 7, which is not seeking financial education. I have seen a lot of situations where individuals get sick and medical bills are just difficult for them to manage when combined with all of their everyday personal expenses. When these unfortunate situations arise, people quickly start realizing the mistakes that they have made with their finances, and only then they start looking out as to how to correct all this. But at this point, it is a little too late. That's why we must be proactive about learning financial literacy. We must understand basic economic concepts like interest rates, investments, return on investments, budgeting, and so on. Financial knowledge can definitely lead to better money decisions. Fortunately, in today's world, there is a wide variety of online education available to get you up to speed on how to make financial decisions. So this information is widely available for all of us. And as the saying goes, why wait to get started? So get up and get on with your own financial training on money matters. Breaking these bad money habits isn't easy, but it is worth the effort. If you work on one bad habit at a time and work on it consistently, you will see results. By being mindful of how we manage our finances, budgeting effectively, saving consistently, and investing wisely, we can all take steps towards financial freedom and security. You may feel free to write to me on my mail ID, which is mentioned in the description, and I will personally revert back to you. Be inspired, keep building.